Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class we have started with the chapter gravitation, and in the gravitation students we were talking about what is the gravitation, what is the universal law of gravitation, which include that force is equals to capital G m1 m2 upon r square. In which we had understood that if two objects which is having different masses are kept far apart from each other at a distance of r, then the force of attraction which is acting on it is directly directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the distance square of distance between them. Then in this one only we discussed about what is Newton's third law of motion and how it is related with the gravitation. See, Newton's third law of motion says that every object used to show the same amount of or equal and opposite force to the other object. It means every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Right. Similarly, if we talk about the force of attraction which is existing between the two objects, the kind of a force of attraction which is shown by the first object to the second object or the second object on that of the first object, both will be what? Equal and opposite. Here, a question arises: what happens if suppose an object is thrown from upward towards that of the earth? Then the force which is exerted by that of the earth on that of the object, pulling it towards itself, the object which is coming downward will also exert a force on the earth towards itself. Question arises that why then we are not able to see the earth is going upward direction. So here we uses the second law of motion which says that F is equals to m into A or A is equals to F by m. So obviously if the mass will be less, acceleration will be more. If mass will be more, acceleration will be less. And since the mass of the earth is very large, thus the acceleration is almost negligible. Okay, so because of that only we can say that we cannot see the earth is coming in the upward direction. Then we started to understand the free fall. What is the free fall? So if you throw two of the object from certain height, you will find that the heavier one will strike the ground first than that of the lighter object. It means if we are throwing a feather and if we are throwing a stone, then we will find that the stone will reaches to the earth earlier than that of the feather. But later on, Galileo, when he does this experiment, in a vacuum where there is no air, he found that both of them are falling on the earth's surface at an equal time, or we can say they strike the surface at equally. So then he concluded that it is actually the air resistance which decreases the speed of the object which is going downward. So we can say that when an object, if there is no external forces applying on it except the force of a gravitation, then the object will shows the free fall. And here any of the object, doesn't matter what kind of a mass they have, they will strike the surface at the same time. Okay, now let us start with the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. What happened when we throw anything in the downward direction? What happens? It starts falling, and due to which its speed continuously increases. We can say its velocity, because it is moving in a certain direction, so its velocity continuously increases. When the velocity increases, we will say that body is actually accelerated here. Okay, so we can say here that when an object is dropped from some height, is dropped from some height, a uniform acceleration is produced. A uniform acceleration is produced. In it, by the gravitational pull of the earth. Gravitational pull of the earth. So when an object is dropped from some height, a uniform acceleration is produced, students. And yes, if this uniform acceleration, how it is produced? It is producing because the earth is because of the force of attraction exerted by the earth on a particular object, it is pulling it towards itself, and due to which the gravitation force of due to which the velocity increases. When the velocity increases, that will obviously make the object to be accelerated. Okay, so here one more thing that is important, that okay, it does not matter that what kind of a mass of the object it is. It means it can be a heavier, it can be a lighter. The acceleration produced there is always remains the same. So we can say that this does not depend upon mass of the body. Okay, this does not depend upon the mass of the object or mass of the body. Now, when we say that a uniform acceleration is produced, this uniform acceleration is basically produced due to the force of a gravitation, due to the gravitational pull, and it is because of that we use a term for it, and that is acceleration due to gravity. So, the uniform acceleration produced in a freely falling body, in a freely falling body due to gravitational force of earth, due to gravitational force of earth is known as acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. So the acceleration, the uniform acceleration which is produced in a freely falling body, and this acceleration is, since it is produced by the gravitational force, that's why it is called as acceleration due to gravity. Okay, and it is denoted by letter G. Okay, it is denoted by letter G, and the value does not depend upon the mass of the body. Now, what is the actual value of this? So, although the value of the G is varies from place to place, slightly changes from place to place because of the shape of the earth also, but the acceleration produced or acceleration due to gravity, it is represented, it is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, this is the value of the acceleration due to gravity, students. Now here it means we can say that when an object is falling towards the earth, or when a force is exerted by the earth on the object, then the acceleration due to the gravity, the acceleration produced due to the gravity is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. But if we throw the object vertically in the upward direction, acceleration is produced here. But what happened? You see, even in the earlier classes also, when we were discussing about the motion, we have seen that when an object is moving and the velocity keeps on increasing, so that will be a positive acceleration. But if the object is speed is continuously decreasing, so that we will include it into the negative acceleration, and finally yes, the object will get stopped also because the speed is continuously decreasing. Here also, when you throw anything in the upward direction, so what happened? It starts moving in the upward direction, and here the speed is continuously decreasing. And when the speed is continuously decreasing, so ultimately it will get to stop at a particular time, at a particular height. So that is the that we call as a negative acceleration is produced, or the retardation. So in that case, when the object is thrown in the upward direction, g will be equals to minus 9.8 meter per second square. So when an object is dropped from certain height, then g will be equals to 9.8 meter per second square. And when an object is thrown vertically upward, then the g will be equals to minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, minus 9.8 meter per second square. So this is how the acceleration due to gravity, it varies from plus to minus here. Okay, now we will try to understand that how we can calculate the acceleration due to gravity. So let us derive a relationship between the capital G and the small g, or we can say that calculation of the acceleration due to gravity. So I hope you have understood. Here why it is a minus, because continuously speed is decreasing, so it is a kind of a retardation is going on, and ultimately it will be a negative one. Acceleration due to gravity. So suppose an object is there which is having a mass small m, and it is thrown, it is dropped from certain height, then what happened? Its velocity keeps on increasing, and due to which an acceleration is generated there, acceleration is produced there. And see, if we apply the gravitational law, then what happened? The force of attraction existing between or exerting by that of the earth, so we will take the mass of the earth as a m, and the distance between them will be the r square. Okay, obviously the distance keeps on on decreasing. But yes, a force is exerted here between the two objects when it is dropped from a certain height. So we can show here the gravitational constant and the force which is acting between the two different masses. So let me write the statement also, that if we drop an object from certain height of a mass m, the distance from the center of Earth to the object is r. The mass of the Earth is m. Then force exerted by the Earth on the body is given by. So this is a statement, student, in which we had explained about that what happened if an object is thrown with is dropped. So the mass of the object we have taken as a m, and the mass of the Earth is the m here, capital M. So this is the two different objects are there. The distance between them will be capital R. So the force exerted by one object on the other with the help of the universal gravitational constant, we can represent it as F is equals to capital G m1. So instead of writing here m1, we can simply write here capital M, which is the mass of the Earth, small m, which is the mass of the object, and capital R square. Okay, so this is G is what? We know that it is a gravitational constant. Now, the force which is exerted by the Earth, it produces an acceleration. It produces an acceleration, and this acceleration, it is represented by the Newton's second law of motion, which tells that F is equals to m into a, or we can write here a is equals to F upon m. This is the second equation. Now here it is what in the second equation, it is F by m. So we were going to put the value of the F from equation first. So it will become A is equals to F by m. So F is equals to G m capital M upon F by m, m into R square. Okay, this will be the third equation. Now you see here, since the acceleration produced is due to gravity, so A is equals to G, or we can say A is represented by G. So G will be equals to G m upon m into R square. Now this m will cancel each other, and it will become G is equals to capital G m upon R square. Okay, so capital G m upon R square, where capital G is the gravitational constant, capital M is the mass of the earth and capital R is the radius of the earth here. Now, putting the value of each and every one, let me write the what are the different values of the capital G, capital M and capital R. So, G is equals to, capital G is equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So, here we will going to take a simple one. 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Capital M, which is the mass of the earth, and that is equals to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. This is what? This is the mass of the earth. And then the capital R is there, which is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 kilometer. Okay, meter, it is not kilometer, it is meter. Okay, so all these three values have been given and we have to find the acceleration due to gravity, and that is small g. Simply putting the value here, g is equals to 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 6 into 10 to the power 24 upon 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. When you solve this, then you will get the answer of 9.8 meter per second square. This is what? This is the value of the small g here. Okay. Okay, so this is what? This is the value of the small g. Now, let us see that the g, it does not depend upon the mass of the object or mass of the body which is falling towards the earth. So, here when we talk about the value, see the formula is small g is equals to capital G m upon r square, where m is what? That is the mass of earth. So here in this equation, it does not explains about that what is the mass of the object. Okay, it means the capital G, it only depends upon the mass of the earth. It does not depend upon the mass of the body or mass of the object on which this force of attraction or force is acting on it. Okay, so we can say that small g, it only depends upon the capital M, does not depend upon the mass of the body. So since the acceleration due to gravity does not depend upon the mass of the body, thus the acceleration due to gravity produced here, it doesn't matter it will be heavier or a lighter object, it will always remain the same, that is 9.8 meter per second square. So all the bodies whether heavy or light, falls, whether heavy or light, falls with the same acceleration towards the earth, towards the surface of the earth. towards the surface of the earth. So acceleration due to gravity, it does not it does not depend or does not it does not depend upon the mass of the body. So if it is falling, then it doesn't matter, it is a heavier or a lighter one, it will remains the same. Okay. So this is about the G. Now let us solve a question with the same formula to find the acceleration due to gravity. So the question is, calculate the value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of moon, What are the things which is given here? It is mass of the moon is given. Mass of the moon is equals to 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. Then radius of moon. So mass of the moon is given 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. Then radius of the moon is also given, and radius of moon is equals to 1740 kilometer, and G, it is always remains the same, that is 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to find the value of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the moon. So the formula will remain the same, that is G is equal to gm upon r square. Here we have to simply put the values. So the value of the capital G is given, student, and that is 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 into M, mass is also given, mass is 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg, upon the radius is given, but the radius is given in kilometers, so we have to convert it into meter. So the radius is given as 1740 kilometer, and we know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So since we have to square it, so it will be equals to 1740 into 1000 into 1000, right? Or we can write it as 174 into 1, 2, 3, 4. We can make it easy to understand. So we have to convert it into meter and then we can square it. So it will be equals to 174 into 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 to the power 4 meter. Or we can simply write it 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter. This is the radius of the moon. Now putting the value here, 1.74 into 10 to the power 6, the whole square, meter square. Right? Or we can simply use it like this, 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter square. Okay. Now when we calculated the value with this one, can be written as G is equals to 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 into 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 upon 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 into 1.74 into 10 to the power 6. When you will calculate it, you will get the value here, that is 1.63 meter per second square. So this is the value of the small g on the surface of moon. So this is how we can find the acceleration due to gravity of any object.